Good morning from Ireland, from Dublin. It's lovely to see so many familiar faces and to see new faces at this really interesting webinar. I'm particularly interested in finding out how you are in Asia are dealing with contemporary issues in multicultural and intercultural education. We have the same issues, I think, in other parts of the world and in Ireland, particularly at the moment. I want to thank you for organising this webinar, the fantastic Asia Regional Council, fantastic cooperation between the Asia Regional Council and the World Councillors in the particular region itself. And I particularly want to thank Arian Chang for giving of your time today to share your thoughts and your experiences in this very, very interesting area and on this topic. So thank you very much for giving of your time, and thank you to everybody for coming to the webinar today. And I know that a lot of people will watch it. Time zones don't always work for us, but it will be recorded and will be on the InSEA website. So particularly thanks to the two presenters today and the organisers. Thank you.
Thank you, Percy. Okay, so next I would like to introduce our Asian Regional Council members. First, from Taiwan, Yongxiang, would you say briefly your
Hello, Percy, and hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm come from Taiwan, Yongxiang Hong. I'm World Councillor in Asia region. Thank you.
Thank you, Yongxiang. The next, Chang-Yi.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I come from Taiwan, and I am the ARC, the Asia Regional Council Secretary now. Welcome everyone to join our webinar tonight.
Okay, thank you. The next, from Japan, Aya-san.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aya Katagiri. I'm from Japan. I'm one of the World Councillor from Asian region.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Koichika Sahara, the chair of the Asian Region Council from Japan. And so Asian Region Council has two more members, Professor Kim Suna from South Korea and Professor Jun Fu from China. Okay, so next, before start the presentation, I would like to share something. Yep. So before the presentation, so please mute your microphone during the presentation. So camera entirely up to you, but so we will take and share a couple of screenshots on social media after this webinar. So we are recording this session. Please note this. We will share this movie on the website of the InSEA later. And please use the chat box for question and comment. As it gets comfortable, the agenda, I will post today's agenda and something into the chat box. And after finish the event, please check the X, Instagram, and social media. So before start the event, may I take a photo? It's okay. Okay, yeah. I will count. Aya-san, would you count down in Japanese way?
Okay, in Japanese, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In Japanese, you are daily smiling. いつもの笑顔で。
Yeah.
いつもの笑顔で。はい、say cheese, so taking photo. Okay. いつもの笑顔で。はい、チーズ。
Smile.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, after a couple of times, we will take a photo. I love to take a photo. Sorry. Okay. So we will move on to the first presentation. Yeah, this is today's agenda. So next, we will move on to the two presentation. We have two presenters, and after discussion and Q&A time, and next we will have a small event. to deepen our exchange. And after that, the information crossing, it will be 1 hour half. Okay, so let's move on to the first presenter. Chang-Yi, can you introduce first presenter?
Okay, today it's my pleasure to introduce my ex-colleague, the Chang-Yi Chiang. The teacher Zhang already worked in the elementary school for 15 years, but now he's working in Hui-wen Elementary School, and his partner, the Li Wanrong, the teacher Li, had been working in elementary school for the 28 years. And today they will bring the very interesting topic. The title will be We Have a Dream, the greater theaters for the elementary school students across the domain performance, art, teaching, strategy guided by the Taiwan histories. I think that's very special musical theater show. Then the show has the present last year. I think that's not the first time. This second or third time, and the show presented in the National Taichung Theater. It's very important theater in Taiwan. The biggest, I think the not biggest one, but I think the important, the three biggest one in Taiwan. Then it's not easy program. So I really look forward to hearing their sharing how they teach their students and help them to practice and have a show in a very big theater. So that's welcome Zhang, Chang-Yi, and Li Wanrong, the two teachers, to present their performance teaching. Welcome. Please share your screen. And please turn on your microphone.
好，所以稍等我一下啊。OK，旭磊看得到吗？
你现在是在分享你的画面呢？桌面
这是我的 PPT，
没有，你现在
是
在分享
这样可以吗
桌面哦。
PPT 还没有出来，
？PPT 还没出来吗？
你重新分享一次好了。
好，稍等我一下啊。
Please wait.
Sorry。
好了吗
OK。OK。
Okay.
Good night, all artists. I am Teacher Zhang from Hui-wen Elementary School in Taiwan. It is a great honor to share our artist creation with everyone on this international art platform. First of all, I would like to apologize to everyone due to really using English over the years, so I will first summarize the main points. However, I have invited my partner, Teacher Li, to assist this report and in-depth explanation. Teacher Li is also one of the directors of this musical. Okay, our report is about to begin. Our team is a great theater for elementary school students across the main performing arts teaching strategy guided by Taiwanese history. First, let's talk about our philosophy. We all want to give our children the best education, but what and how can we lead our children? Then the following idea was born. We have a dream. It is about teachers, parents, and students playing meaningful activities together. We start with learning by doing, share strength and knowledge, and aim for seeking the common good. So, we start doing this type of activity 6 years ago, integrating children's strengths after discovering them, and presenting them through a cross-domain performing arts exhibition. Last year, we made theater for elementary school students, the Trouble Hero Adventure. Our report is divided into 6 sections. That's one challenge we faced and the conclusion. Okay, first, the content is education concept and the musical inspiration included why a musical concert and what can children learn from doing a musical. Okay, please, Teacher Lee.
Okay. Why did we do a musical concert? Doing a musical helped children grow in many ways, including language learning, historic knowledge, art lessons, theater experience, teamwork, and positive attitudes. Most importantly, it gave us memories that will last a lifetime. Okay?
Okay, thanks. Second, the journey of our musical concert included 1. Changes from the first session to the second session. 2. Third time we want to do more. Okay, please.
Okay. Let's take a look at what we've done so far. The first performance was on October 24th, 2020 at the National Taichung Theater Black Box. The second performance was on December 15th, 2022 at Baocheng Hall, National Taichung University of Education. In these 2 performances, students helped backstage, hosted the concert, and brought it to life with mini dramas between the musical pieces. Both the sessions played the theme from My Neighbor Totoro. Let's watch the video.
大年下一首曲目是有请 Bradley 音乐下。
Okay, the second session, we added more drama, both solo and ensemble, was even richer and more expressive. Our third performance was on December 12th, 2024, at the National Taichung Theater. This time, we presented a cross-domain performance. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Third, the preparation for our musical concert for 5th grader included 1. Adaptation of Chinese textbooks content and self-directed and self-acted. 2. By visiting the National Taichung Theater in advance. 3. Discuss the movie content, listen before you sing, and discuss future musical tasks. Okay, please, Teacher Lee.
Okay. Students adapted a story from their Chinese textbook into a script and directed and performed it themselves. We went to the National Taichung Theater together to watch a dance performance. Before becoming performers, we learned how to be good audience members. These were reflections after seeing a movie, listen before you sing, and the discussions about our musical project. Okay.
Okay, thanks. 4. The learning before our musical concert for 6th grader. In 5th grader, after continuous discussions with teachers and students, we bravely told ourselves that I can step out of my comfort zone and take on the upcoming challenges, ultimately showcasing what I can do and my strength through collaboration with others. The topic included 1. Student composition writing. 2. Audition. 3. We learn the song dancing, and drama of Aboriginal culture. Juice harp. 4. Modern dance practice. 5. Rehearsal. Okay, please.
Okay. With the teacher's guidance, students created their own scripts that resonated with the background of the musical. Every student's idea could become part of the script. Okay, during auditions, students with no stage experience, they are very nervous and unsure. Step by step, students studied songs, dances, and the drama of Aboriginal culture, including the Juice harp. Rehearsal means constant repetition and adjustment until the best condition is reached. Okay.
Okay. 5. The introduction of our musical concert included 1. Staff member list. 2. Musical pieces list. 3. The spirit of our musical. 4. We will share the content of a 4-part musical and 8 video clips from the musical performers. Okay, please, Teacher Lee.
Okay, this was our team. Our performance pieces include indigenous songs, children's songs, classical music, and pop songs. Our performance is based on 2 main ideas. First, understanding the land we live on. As children of Taiwan, we should know that our island was shaped by the harmony and struggles of many ethnic groups. From prehistoric times to European arrival, conflict and reconciliation have formed today's rich culture and music. Second, the beauty of diverse cultures. This performance was more than just sights and songs. It was a musical journey through time and culture exchange. This musical began with a child's curiosity, tracing history through a child's eyes. The stage blended prehistoric and modern times, creating a magical sense of time travel. The story explored the daily life of early Taiwanese tribes, from hunting and gathering to farming. During the off-season, they developed music and dance as entertainment. These were presented through Ateo songs, blazings, the Juice harp, and traditional dance. Okay, as the story continued, the Banan people unintentionally entered the village, causing conflict due to a misunderstanding. But through peaceful dialogue, both sides agreed to coexist. Okay, in the second half, the scene shifted to Europe during the Renaissance and the Baroque periods, highlighting their rich cultures, music, and the iconic artworks, like Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring and Rembrandt's The Night Watch. These artistic expressions reflected Europe's own culture and the historical transformation. Okay. As European powers, especially the Dutch, arrived in Taiwan, Western culture and music quietly brought new influences. We used the piece from One Piece and Detective Conan to show the tension between the Europeans and the indigenous people when they came to Taiwan.
我们到台湾了。
通通都包办啦，通通给你管了，是吗？谁要给你管啊？这些明明就是武器，备战！兄弟，把我的命运武器拿来！真相永远只有一个，请记住啊！いつも一つ。
Okay. Next, when you wish upon a star is an expression of the softness of Western music. Okay. Then the Ateo song Grand Reunion shows the great fusion that emerged after the conflict between Western culture and the Taiwanese local culture. What's special about this piece is that we used brass band together with indigenous drums to perform a traditional song, clearly showing the fusion of cultures. Okay. In the end, Taiwan's culture and music were shaped through the efforts of the indigenous tribes and newcomers. The Banan's music piece, Let's Clap Together, showcased Taiwan's rich and diverse musical culture shaped through a history of ethnic conflict and reconciliation. Okay. The performance concluded with Happy Paradise as the final piece, carrying a heartfelt message. Whenever a challenge arises in the future, may every child remember that the sun will still rise, and that each of them can have their own paradise. Okay, thank you. Okay, next.
Okay. 6. Students' reflection and our fundraiser. Okay, please.
Okay. The students expressed their own mental journey through the reports, which was very touching. Our team included people from all walks of life, professional art groups, and enthusiastic parents. Students realized that every little detail on stage comes from professional skills. They also learned that just doing their own job well is not enough. It takes constant communication and teamwork to make a great performance happen. Conflicts are sometimes unavoidable in the process of working together. We learned how to overcome challenges, develop passions, build mental resilience, and practice empathy. Next, let's talk about passing on culture. Our indigenous teacher not only taught the songs and dances, but also shared their meanings and the tribal culture. Through learning and performing, our students became small seeds, helping to pass on Taiwan culture. We experienced the fusion of music, dance, visual arts, multimedia, animation, and theater through a series of interdisciplinary arts courses. These lessons helped students build the skills needed for the performance. Each student took on a role suited to their personality, strengths, and interests. With teamwork and creativity, we presented a rich and diverse performance that pushed us beyond our limits. This music was not just our stage. It was also an opportunity for us to use our abilities to help others. We realized that even though we are still elementary school students, our action can already make a positive impact on society. All of the ticket sales were donated to help disadvantaged groups and charitable organizations. We realized our wish: let children help children. Okay.
Okay, last one. We will talking about the challenges we faced and the conclusion. Okay, please, Teacher Lee.
Okay. We faced many challenges, from lacking rehearsal spaces, props, and costumes, to learning instruments, training in dance, and working with professionals. But step by step, we overcame each obstacle, and in the end, we made it to the stage. We fulfilled a dream, and through the experience, helped the children develop positive attitudes and the problem-solving skills. After the musical ended, we continued the spirit of giving by making charitable donations, spreading love, and fostering sustainability. We believe that each child, from individual growth to working as a team, holds the power to make a greater impact. So, as they grow and step into the world, they will carry with them a broader perspective and bring more warmth to those around them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for your touching presentation. Yeah, I think this is like very difficult journey. Yeah, so very, very good. Yeah, but I think the time limitation, if you have any questions, I wish you can just leave your questions on our chat box. Then we will keep your questions, move to our discussion part. Then we can discussion together. It's okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I think that you have many idea and feedback. Okay, but I think that we can invite the second presenter first. Okay, Aya, please.
Okay. I'm so thrilled to introduce our next presenter, Ms. Ali Maruyama. She's an art teacher at Saitama Municipal Omiya International Secondary School. She's working on social justice art education at her school. I was recently introduced to Ms. Maruyama by one of my old colleagues in Japanese art education community. Hearing the title of her lecture, I wondered if she was familiar with the educational situation overseas. When I interviewed her, I found that she had lived in the United States since she was a child. She majored in art at the Japanese university and later studied social justice art education at the graduate school in the United States. She currently teaches art in both languages, Japanese and English, at her school in Saitama, Japan. In recent years, teachers in Japanese schools have often faced multicultural situations. I myself have taught art to students with foreign roots in a daytime part-time high school. but things seems to be different at her school. I look forward to learning how she applies her experiences and about social justice art education through her presentation. Now, Ms. Maruyama, please give us your presentation and share your screen.
Okay. Hello, so my name is Ari Maruyama. I'm teaching visual arts in Japan, both in English and Japanese. And today I would like to introduce myself along with my explaining my experiences of teaching. First, so like was introduced earlier, I have experiences of living in Texas for about 8 years, from 10 years old to 18 years old. And after that, I came back to Japan and I graduated visual arts school in Japan and received middle and high school certificate of teaching in Japan. And then when I did the student teaching, I started questioning about, can I combine moral education and visual arts education? Because we have moral education in Japan. So I was thinking about the way of combining those. And this question brought me to take a master's degree in art education and passing text teaching certificate in visual arts in Texas. So this made me go study abroad in the States. And this gave me an experience of learning and inquiring about the social justice education. The social justice education is an art education or art-based social justice education, enables learners to consider ethical behaviors and also gives perspectives towards others and leads to a more humanitarian culture. So I started thinking about what I can do with the social justice education and also what I can teach within this. And when I did the student teaching in Texas, I tried to teach in this social justice art education lesson. And I came up with this kind of lesson. The unit title is Social Identity. And this is the unit that it's for high school students, and they have to make abbreviated portrait within the technique that contemporary artist Julian Opie did, which is abbreviating the facial emotions. So as you can see in here, this is my self-portrait with abbreviated portrait. And within this, I try to let students question about what kind of biases themselves have. So at the art appreciation time, I made the Julian Opie's artwork black and white, and I asked them what kind of races or what kind of nationality can you imagine from this artwork? And then later on show the colors of the Julian Opie's actual artwork, and then let them reflect on the biases that they have. So I focus more on the art appreciation time for letting them question about the biases in this art lessons. And then after that, I let them apply what they learned from the appreciation to their art making of abbreviated portrait. After taking a master's degree and also taking the teacher's license in Texas, I decided to go back to Japan because I noticed what I learned in Texas, I should bring it back to Japan and apply it to the education in Japan. So when I came back to Japan, I started working at the school to teach English for students with developmental disabilities. And this made me question about, can I implement social justice art education in Japan? We're slowly globalizing. So in this school, I came up with a unit called Our Home and My Home within the the photography artwork by James Mollison. I first showed just a picture of the room, the kids' room, and questioned them, what kind of person can you imagine living in this room? And students tell me what they can imagine of. And after all, I show the actual picture of those kids who live in those kids' room. and let them question about the biases that they have. So this is kind of similar to the Julian Opie's unit plan as well, but then I try to do this for the students with a special education. So not just teaching visual arts, but also teaching English words as well. So students can learn about the words related to the rooms. And then after that, I was invited to teach visual arts at a new built school in Japan. We're adopting international baccalaureate, which is Saitama Municipal Omiya International Secondary School, is the one that I'm teaching right now. And this school is a 6-year secondary education school established in 2019. And I came to this school with the first cohort. I started with the first cohort. And last year, first cohort graduated. And this year, the second cohort is about to graduate. And it's located in Saitama City, the top city for English education in Japan. And like I said, the school is focusing on international baccalaureate. So the curriculum is like this. After the elementary school, they go through the examination to come into our school. So 6th grade elementary school students take exams for entering our school abbreviated as a MOIS. And 160 students can enter our school every year. And after entering our school, we have a education program like this. We have multiple subjects from 7th through 10th grade. And I was teaching visual arts at this place when the building was just built. And in that visual arts, which is like middle school, I taught multicultural and art education. So this is the framework of the unit. You as a textile designer who consider about passing one's culture to the next generation will create artwork and spread to the world. While making a silkscreen artwork, you will inquire similarities and differences of visual arts and design. Also, you will research multiple textile design from multiple culture and come up with a hybrid textile design that combines two different cultures. So in this unit, they have this long terms, and one term is a 100-minute lesson. So at the beginning, they have introduction, and they have 2 terms, which is 200 minutes of designing the plan. And in the 4th term, they learn about the technique of the silkscreen, and they start making the silkscreen. They have 3.5 terms to work on their art making. And at the end, they have reflections on this whole unit. So this is one of the examples that I created. I combined Chimayo, the northern New Mexico's textile, and also Shippo, the Japanese textile. And I came out with this kind of design. So this is the process of me making a textile design with 2 patterns. And at the end, I created this exhibition text, and also students did make an exhibition text as I did. And after all in 11th through 10th grade, students decide to go to different courses. And some of the students choose to go to the course called Global Course. And this is the course that I'm teaching right now. It's called Diploma Program as well. And this is a course that mainly focuses on international baccalaureate, even after the middle years program. So in here, we have 6 different subjects. Inside of the group 6, there's a visual arts. And our school only has standard level. So we only have 150 hours, not the higher level. And inside of that, students learn about the visual arts in English. So they do learn in English and also submit assignments all in English. And inside of this, I implemented social justice art education as well. And I applied what I learned from the contemporary artist named Carol Walker. And I also taught students what the social justice art is because they haven't learned about the word as well. And this is the definition. Artworks that throw the message related to social issues such as racial equity, LGBTQ plus, or other human rights, etc., to audiences to raise critical consciousness. And this is the framework of the unit. In art, sometimes arts convey messages related to the present issues, such as race, ethnicity, gender, religion, political beliefs, and so on, to the world. Especially contemporary artists are socially conscious with broad views and challenging audiences to raise questions and sometimes twist their perspectives. In this unit, you will challenge pushing boundaries of self-expression or convey messages with art by inquiring about morality and visual aesthetics in visual arts. You, as a social activist, create social practice artwork that identifies specific real-world contexts. So within this framework, students have to come up with making artwork. And also in this grade, students have an experience of going to the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the States. And they did see this mural, which is kind of related to the social issues. So I did talk about this. And I also talked about Banksy's anti-immigration artwork and let them appreciate and let them think about what kind of messages is inside of this. And on top of that, I let them question about what the word rebellion is. And I asked them, should art be a battleground or tool for social justice? Because sometimes museums can be a battleground for social justice, as they visited or as they know, in the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh, there was a workshop or even exhibitions related to the social justice artwork. So I asked them this question as well. Does art always have to be beautiful? And also, is there freedom of speech in art? When regarding the freedom of speech in art, I questioned to them what should be accepted as art and what should not be accepted as art. And what is about hurting the artwork hurt others? What about the artworks that has too strong messages? What about the visually controversial artwork? Is it good to be too direct or is it okay? So those are the ones that they thought about through the discussions in a group. And this is the schedule of the unit. So it's a long unit. Again, 100-minute lessons per term, per one term. So they have 15 terms to work on. And instead of this, as you can see, there's two different types of art making. One is a wire sculpture and the other is a cut paper silhouettes. So they do create two different types of artwork in this one unit. One is about the wire sculpture, but then applying what they learned from David Oliveira, the contemporary artist. And this is the slide that I showed to students. And this is the artwork that they did appreciate and also they analyzed by researching about David Oliveira. And after learning about David Oliveira, I taught them to do the contour line drawing to observe and analyze human body figure so they can apply the observation to their art making. So this is the picture of them working on contour line drawing. And then these are the artworks that they created with the wire. And these are the process portfolio that they created. So this process portfolio is the one that they show what they have worked on, how they created the artwork, and also including reflections. And for the second artwork in this unit, I showed a couple of the artworks, and I even talked about the Carl Walker, the contemporary artist who focuses on African American and also feminism-related issues. This is Carol Walker's artwork. And this is the artwork that I showed to students and I read through her quotations. And in this unit, I told students to come up with their own art theme that is related to their individual interests. And this is the steps of creating cut paper silhouettes. At the end will be like this. This is the one that I created. And this is a picture of students working on cut paper silhouettes. And this is also the picture of the student working on cut paper silhouette. And these are the process of students working on cut paper silhouettes. So as you can see in here, she analyzed the other contemporary artists. She analyzed this artist's conceptual part, and she thought about the way of applying into her art making. And as you can see in here, you can see the process of how she created her cut paper silhouettes, and also this includes her reflections. This is another student's cut paper silhouettes process portfolio. And this student too, she chose another artist whom she can learn from to create cut paper silhouette artwork. This is references. And these are the other students' process portfolio. Both are accepted digital or this kind of non-digital process portfolio. And this is the second cohort's artworks of the cut paper silhouettes. This too. And after they create cut paper silhouette, I gave them a chance to pause on the gallery space, so people who is not taking art can also enjoy to see and learn what we're doing, and maybe they can question about their thoughts or biases or social issues as well. So I displayed in the gallery space with students. So these are chosen by students' art theme. There's a student who chose standard of beauty, and there's a student who chose the art theme of feminism, gender issues, self-expression, traditional culture, animal abuse, disabilities and fairness, environmental issues, and urbanizations. So all these cut paper silhouettes have messages related to these issues. And after they created the artwork, I questioned to them, does an artwork have to say something to be meaningful? With this question, they use these whiteboards, and they go through the discussions, and they draw or write on the board to deepen their thoughts. I often do this inside of my class, not just about the social justice education, but like as you can see at the right side, I one time asked them, what do you think art is for? What is the role of art? Do you think art is for business or even art education? Why do we have to learn visual arts? So I throw them the questions, multiple questions, and they try to construct their thoughts with other people's, communicating with other people. And after going through the whole lessons, I told them, if you want to display artwork in different styles, then you may. So there's a couple of the students who use the cut paper silhouettes and change into their own way of displaying. Teaching social justice education I'm still working on it, so it's difficult. So these are the questions that I have, and I'm still figuring this out, how to balance out improving students' conceptual thinking skill and developing their technical art making skill. Because I focus on social justice art education, my art lesson tends to be very conceptual. So I sometimes feel I'm not giving enough time for students to develop their technical skills related to art making. And another question that I have, or another struggle that I have, is in non-diverse school, how can we guide students to be aware of social issues? I mean, we're not in a melting pot country like in the States. Japan is still so many Japanese. I mean, we are growing better than before, but not that diversity compared to other countries. So even our school, we only have like a 10% of the students who's international. So inside of this not yet developed diverse school, how can we lead students to be aware of social issues? Because since especially they don't have enough experiences related to social issues, so I'm not clearly sure how I can teach them. So these are the questions that I have, and if I can hear the advice from all of you, then that would be great. And this is the references and bibliography of the artworks that I posted today in my slides. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maruyama teacher. It's wonderful. We have to present the story of from elementary to middle school. We appreciate teacher Li and Zhang from Taiwan and teacher Maruyama from Japan. We talk about the issue of about multicultural or intercultural in Asia country. Now is our discussion time. That means Q&A, and I welcome every participant. Maybe you can raise your hand and you will leave your question on the chat box for presenters that we can just discuss more further. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you, your positive feedback. And I think in Asia region, even in Taiwan and Korea or China, Japan, the art in elementary and middle high is different curriculum organization. In Taiwan, in elementary school, the art domain include music, visual arts, and drama, dance. That means we encourage teacher integrate the curriculum for students learn in art domain. So maybe we can share how can visual art or integrate to other art performance like music or drama or dance, but the core concept is to give students the higher level learning. That means social justice, or we talk about multicultural, what the conflict, or we should dialogue each other. So multicultural is very important issue in Asia region. Now, does anyone? Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Let's welcome
So Maitri from Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. I have question for Ari Maruyama. Thank you so much for your presentation because my area of expertise is in art education. So I actually was wondering, what are the art theory do you use to teach your students? So because we have so many art theories where you can actually implement during your teaching and learning, so that you get to see the cognitive development of your students. So any art theory that you use?
I did learn about the theories in masters, but then I don't really use like this specific ones. But I do use this system, which is like what was it called? I start with the art appreciation. In the middle, I let them do the art making, and sometimes I put the mid critique, and then at the end, always have to have a critique or exhibiting artwork. So this is a system that I always use for any of the units and
Okay.
for any of the levels. Yeah.
Have you heard about discipline-based art education that
Yes,
derived
yes,
from
yes.
America?
That's the one, yeah, DDA,
All right.
yes. So that's the
Okay.
one that I was thinking of, but not that strict, because that one is quite, yeah,
Okay, this
very organized.
DPAE is actually a curriculum which you actually can use to implement. But the thing, it's a framework, but it did not specifically emphasize on art theory. So when we teach in the class, like for example, I teach art history, I have a particular theory that I actually implement in my teaching, which is called Feldman's model of art criticism, because art criticism develops understanding. Unlike art appreciation theory, which is like Braudy or Mittler, they tend to be very subjective. You may try out with art criticism, but first you need to understand the theory first. So in order to understand the theory, you will definitely you will get to see your students' understanding, because I have tested most in my classes, because I teach art history, I teach art appreciation. So when I teach, I use Feldman's model of art criticism. So what I do, I actually train my students to develop their cognitive development first. Then I'm not so concerned about the technical skill, because first they need to develop their cognitive first. So to understand the technique, they need to know the theoretical aspect. So they will be exposed to the elements and principles. So if you try to do that, you may get a very good outcome. But you have to try, because I am doing it constantly for the last since 2017, where I understood that art has thinking. The drawback in the art education is generally we are focusing so much on the technical skill, but not the cognitive development. You may try out this framework by Feldman model of art criticism. Try on your students. You may be able to get a very good outcome. But there are so many other art theories. Like if you were to focus on self-expression, you use Grotier-Collingwood theory, CC theory. So you may be able to find the outcome of your students' learning, and it'd be very impactful learning for the students, because they learn something. So you will be able to reflect upon that. I mean, this is what I base on my study.
Thank you. Regarding that, I kind of have a question about it, which is so like I said, I do the system of like first let them do the art critique appreciation, and
Yeah.
then goes to the art making, and then goes at the end is a reflection or art critique. But I noticed that some of the students do not go through in this way. So like some of the students wants to go back to art appreciation even at the art making time, or even they want to do the art critique within the other students. So they sometimes go back and forth with multiple directions instead of the rail that I give to them. So right now I'm struggling. What kind of the system should I give to them, or is it me giving a system is gonna be too strict for students to follow?
No, you see the whole process of learning in visual art or even in art education is about the process. It's never been the end product, because we are not looking at the end product. At the end of the day, we want the students to understand, to understand the concept rather than the art making. So even if their product is not successful, they can always go back and improvise it. So that is the process that we need to look at. So for me, when I teach my students, I do not look at their end product. I will always check, I will reflect every class based on Feldman's model. I'll question them and they'll understand the concept, because within Feldman's model itself, there are so many theories that you can actually explore. So you must always go back and forth, go back and forth. That's what we are doing research. You see, so you will never find a perfect, but you must allow students to make a self-expression. So there is
I understand, but we as a teacher, we have to assess students' artwork as well, and we have like the curriculum or the rule given by the government, the BOE, and so as our school is following what is given from the Board of Education, and then so as the one from the International Baccalaureate. And according to for the International Baccalaureate, at the end, students' artwork will be assessed and given the score, and that within that score, students have to apply to the school, even they're not planning to go to the art schools. So we do still have to care about the scores and assessments of the exhibition. Otherwise, they cannot go to enter the universities because that's the score that is given from International Baccalaureate and so as the BOE. So it's difficult. Like I understand that instead of just focusing on the art making, students do have to think, we have to think about developing their critical divergent thinking skill or problem solving skills as well. But not just that should be focused. I think what they make, how they visualize, or within what they visualize, they should also think about how the communication works with audiences, how they see our artwork. Is it working or not? I think that should be also focused as well. So in order to focus that, I think students have to focus on whether my skill is enough to visualize what we want to speak, spread out to the audiences.
Well, you can make a breakthrough from that. You don't have to. You see, for me, I do not follow the curriculum because I know in the Malaysian art education, it's about technicality. There is no cognitive development here. So I make a breakthrough. I said, no, art has theory. So I will implement theories in my learning. I do not follow what they say because I can make the change. I can impact the world. Why do I have to follow what the system has? Why do I have to fit the system? I can make a breakthrough. I can make a change. We are educators. We can make the change. So I do not go with the philosophy of the Malaysian education because the system is very technical based. I want my students, my children to be a human being at the end of the day. I don't want to create robots. So you can make the change because we are educators. We are doing a noble job. You can impact the world.
Yes, thank you. So it's wonderful. It's one wonderful dialogue because any theory is helpful to art education. So I appreciate from Malaysia and Japan, you discuss very a basic problem. What is art? What is art education? Why we need art education? So the other Malaysia Ling, thank you. You just share. You also share your idea. Is care about. So would you like? Would you like to say something?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for both presentations. They were wonderful, and I really appreciate the time that you put into creating them and all the work you've done to be able to create them. My question is, let me go back up and read what I wrote because then I don't lose my thought. So you had asked for ideas regarding just how to further push your social justice agenda. And one of the things I have done, it's called the Ugly Doll Project. And we can talk about that later. But my question for you was, have you ever considered doing an artwork, a project that your students could then donate or give to other children? And that's what we do with the Ugly Doll Project is I have students make these felt dolls. They learn all these elements of sewing, hand sewing, and then they're donated to children in shelters for victims of intimate partner abuse. Because a lot of times when children have to relocate in situations like that, they have nothing and they're very much kind of erased, right? Like they're very much forgotten about sometimes. And so that was just a suggestion of, and then as you were speaking, to hear the limitations you have, right, with keeping your job and doing your work, I think that'd be really kind of a cool thing is to, how could you incorporate something like that, not the exact same thing, but some kind of project where your students are learning the theory, learning the technical aspects of making that they can then repeat on their own time at some later date if they like to. But then how they're taking that project, that finished thing, and then donating it and really making a difference in an individual's life. And I think sometimes it can be really overwhelming to think, oh, I need to change the world. I need to change my city. I need to change my whole school district, right? That's a lot. And that's a lot for kids to think about too. But I think if we simplify that and just say, okay, how can I help one person? How can I kind of lift one person? How can I kind of bring a little bit of joy or care or just sharing to one person? Then that makes kind of the outcome of that artwork a little bit more manageable for little people. And even like teenagers, I still think of them as little people, right? Even though they're kind of medium sized. But that would be a suggestion for you. And if you want to talk further about the Ugly Doll project, email me. I'd love to talk. So, but that was just an idea I wanted to share.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you know what? Just like what the first speaker, Mr. Chang,
Yeah.
has said, he was talking about the not the donation, but then fundraising, and I was surprised about that. And when I did the student teaching in Houston, Texas, I went to this one school, which is the art school. They did the auction of the silk screen. And within the money that they get, I mean, of course, they sell their artworks and they get the money, and that money is donated to school, and then the school buys artwork supplies for students. So that it's like a business of the artwork in the school, and I was very amazed about that. And like you said, I really wanted to do. I've been speaking about that at my school right now, that I want to do the silk screen business related in our school and ask students how the relationship between art and business. But I'm having a hard time to balance out my work life. So I haven't started, and I need somebody to work with. And of course, this is my first school, and I'm still new. I'm not the veteran teacher. So
You're
I'm not quite
a baby art educator.
So I have no idea how to start. So yes, I do need your help, and I want to hear your experiences more.
Yeah, feel free to reach out anytime. And if I could I ask a question of our first presenter? Is that okay?
Yes, please.
So I loved your presentation as well, because I'm a visual artist. I'm a painter, and but I love theater, and I just think it's so invigorating for the soul and the mind. And my question is, as you did the reflections at the end of your project with the students, did you or would you be willing to share those with parents and administrators so that they can see also kind of the impact of what you have taught them? I think sometimes that parents don't really get the arts, especially if they're not into the arts, right? And the value that the arts have in the development of our children. And I was just curious to see if you had given that feedback to the parents or in some way shared that with parents and administrators to kind of see how powerful the learning experience was for your children.
Thank you. And 张老师还有李老师要我翻译吗？
李老师 OK 吗？还是江老师？
你的回馈有没有给家长或者是行政人员，让他们也能够了解艺术的价值？
就是关于这个 project 有没有？
你可以讲中文，我们可以帮你翻译。
对。
We just
王
try
老
to
师，您分享一下好了，王老师。
你没有开麦克风，李老师，你没有开麦克风。
Okay. Before our performance, some parents and the children told us they never entered the theater, never. And they never see any performance in theater or anywhere. So the first they go into the theater, they were performers, very surprised. Some parents very surprised. And after the project, they do the reports. The reports, they did it at home. It's their homework. So some parents saw their child doing this project and the reports. They also very they also felt very surprised that their children can do so much. And even now, our show over 6 months, when we talk about any topic, about study hard, about never give up, our students always say our show. Okay, at the end of our performance, they said to me on the stage, they say, teacher, can we check the performance again? I say, sorry, we only have this time. I can feel their 失落，怎么说呢？就
depressed or something.
Yes.
Loose.
Yes, they felt loose. But we encourage each other, I think, in this project. We, teachers, students, and parents, we encourage each other. Every time we suffer something, I think it's very strange. When we suffer something, 我们会得到力量 from
the project
from
of the
others.
performance, and you
Yes.
got your energy, your power to face every challenge, and the
Yes.
parents support kids and the teacher to learn art, just like your performance, your project.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, thank you, Teacher Lee. And then Melissa, thank you. You are a good question. And now I see Patsy. Welcome, Patsy.
I have one word of advice for Ari first. Okay. I was you a long time ago, teacher on my own. Join the Teachers Association. Join the Teachers Association and get support from the people in your own country. And then obviously InSEA, you will get support from people, but your Teachers Association in your own country is the best. Okay. And then for Chang and Lee, I really love both presentations, I have to say. But yours, again, it's what Melissa was talking about. I was very struck by the reflection. And what I wanted to know is, because there was a passing down of culture for these children who live in the 21st century, who maybe were not aware of the great cultural history in your country and how the Dutch came in and had influences. Did you reflect on what they could learn from the past in terms of everything, in terms of the history, in terms of culture, in terms of art, in terms of music? Or was it just about the actual performance and what they had achieved, which was incredible? I mean, teamwork, conflicts, challenges, empathy, and the interdisciplinary courses together. But did they look at the past and see what they could learn from the past to bring them into the future?
好，我看一下翻译哦。
就是有没有
Sorry.
从过程当中去学到历史所带来，过去历史为未来带来什么？
应该说这本来就是他们社会课本里的内容。Okay, this story is in their society studies textbooks. So we chose the topic. We combine the knowledge and art. Is our 一开始的想法 our thoughts at beginning. Yes. But in the story, we told our children, history is always again and again.
Yeah.
The story happened in the past, also happen now. Maybe in the future. Okay, and the other point I think is special is the stories about indigenous, but our students are not indigenous. Okay, so they have to think they are indigenous at that time. And in the end, they agree with the culture. I think it's very special. Be the role. They play the role and understood the thinking or culture of the role of the culture, the country.
Yeah, thank you.
The Dutch came to Taiwan for 400 years at 2024, so it's a good time to do this performance.
哇，
就是刚好是2024年是荷兰来台400周年。
Okay, so that means history is always our story. Talk about past, now, and what direction we want to go further, and then the discussion time period is wonderful, but the time is limited. So I just want to end the section, and I appreciate we talk about what is art. We need patience for our work or for our teaching. We should join the teacher organization to have power to support each other. We can move forward and to develop our profession. That's very important. Now, thank you everyone joining the presenter and the QA section. Thank you. Now, the session is end. The next section is line. We have art week activity. Aya-san, or
Everyone.
Koichi.
Yeah. Koichi,
please, Aya-san, please.
how many times do we have?
Oh, that's
for this?
last
5 minutes?
10 minutes.
1 minute.
5
10
minutes.
minutes left.
5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Okay. Everyone, thank you for attending the Asian webinar today. So it was much fun for me too, and the active discussion. This webinar is so fruitful for us. And so everyone, it's time to share our passion and power for art education. So I will share my screen. Okay. Does it work? Do you see?
Yes.
Oh. So last year, Susan introduced on InSEA website this UNESCO's Global International Arts Education Week. I enjoyed last year and also this year too. And Patsy posted activities the other day. I saw your post. And also, I'm enjoying with my students at Joshibi University. Yeah. This is
Wow.
well, I say Joshibi storm. Joshibi will taking over the world with the draw a line. So tonight, let's do this together. So, okay. So I would like you to express your feeling now after attending our active webinar today. So let's draw your feeling using lines. Okay. Please bring Okay, I stop sharing. So please look for, can you see? Please bring your paper and a pen. Let's let's get your paper and pen already. Okay. Yeah. Did you find something to draw? Okay. So we have just so 3 minutes, 2 minutes, Koichi. 2 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Okay, let's draw your feeling using lines and post. I will share the link to the chat box, and you can post and visuals. So drawing visuals is okay, and you can also post a new media, picture and something. Okay, I will share. Oh, I tried. Okay. The second link, it will works. And let's share your feeling together and taking over the world. Are you enjoying?
Yes. If we want to
Susan, please. Susan, could you please show?
Yeah, but you can't really see it. It's just a squiggle.
Oh, thank you. Please add your comment to promote. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Do you have, do you want something you create other people? Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you, No-shin. Thank you.
It is basically a question which is in dots. So when the question gets answered, so I made the opposite of the question, which is a line. So it becomes a heart, meaning, you know, when the question gets resolved, it's a dotted line in the question. So once it gets resolved, then it becomes a heart and you move forward. So
thank you so much for sharing. It's impressive. Osamu, how about you?
So what was the question?
You were sharing your visuals.
The big smile one?
Thank you. So cute. Smiling.
Yeah, everybody talking about DEI and diversity, inclusion, and equity. That was wonderful. And was happy to see everybody working on that kind of thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Majesty, thank you for sharing your visuals. So mine. Not finished mine. I will post it later. Koichi. Oh. Okay. Beer? You bringing a glass of beer or something? Okay. Thank you, everyone. You can post your visual after this webinar. Thank you so much. Celebrating Art Education Week together. It's so much fun. So let's move on to kanpai time. Koichi.
You mean the photograph? No.
Photograph or
Oh, yeah, sorry. We need to inform something a little bit. Okay. Please.
Me? You?
Yes. And Ali-san. Ali-san, and the next, please present Chang-Yi Chiang. Can you inform them to say
okay.
in Taiwan way or and Japanese way?
I beg your pardon. So next, please bring your glass of water or a cup of tea or whiskey or beer or something to drink. You want to drink? And so please say so cheers from Ali Maruyama and Chiang and Lee.
Okay.
干杯，庆祝艺术周。Cheers for celebrate our art week in all the world and for our life.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. 谢谢。
Sláinte.
Beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. 乾杯。
乾杯。干杯。
乾杯。
では、光一さん、お願いします。
Yes. Thank you for all presenter and audience. So before close the event, I will show you and I will share some information. Thank you for coming this event from Asia, and not only Asia, from Europe, and North and South America, and other regions. So I think this almost you all many of you are the InSEA member, but I highly appreciate if you become a member of the InSEA and you recommend your colleague to become an InSEA member as well. So as Patsy said, the InSEA is aiming to promote the exchange and sharing the knowledge and practice and encourage all of the teachers, researchers, and many people who are engaging in art education in the world. So please check this link and please check how to become a member of the InSEA. So InSEA was provide many various kind of opportunity to support you. So like this webinar on the international conference and so international journals, such a many kind of a publication So you can get a benefit to your education, research, and your initiatives. So please feel free ask us to how to become a member and how you can get a chance to study or learn about art education more. So, and today, so we have the InSEA member from different region. Jonathan. I can, or maybe Jonathan. Oh, she's now out. So, okay, let me share the screen. So as you can see, the InSEA are planning a lot of events. So yeah, next upcoming webinar is from North America. So this free webinar aiming to explore the culture, tradition, innovation, and sustainability. This event has a presentation from North America, but it's also including the practice collaboration with Asia, Japan. So I highly recommend you to book this event. And so in July, we will have the International World Congress in Czech Republic. So already the registration form has closed, but you can find the next event. Please register and become a member of the InSEA, and you can get an email, and you can book and attend the fantastic event. So now we are almost finished all the agenda. So before the close event, so may we have the, can I have the your screenshot or screenshot again? Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you can show your face, turn on the camera. If you can, please show your face. Okay. Yeah. I will count then. The 3, 2, 1. Okay, again, how we can say in, so Japanese style, when we take a photo.
Again?
Cheese, in Japanese way.
Cheese? いつもの笑顔で。
Okay, please say that. Say that.
Okay. Before closing, Koichi, we'd like to have a message from Susan because she.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Today we have the Vice President, Susan Coates. So
I just want to say thank you for inviting me. Thank you for everybody who's presented and for bringing together this lovely community of people. You mean a lot to me and to Patsy as part of our team. You're just brilliant, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would like to sincerely thank the InSEA Executive Board and as a member from the region. Thank you for your help. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once again, we will take a photo.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
With gratitude for everyone who are attending this webinar. So, your ordinary smile in Japanese, いつもの笑顔で Hi cheese. Okay, I say, いつもの笑顔で ordinary smile, Hi cheese. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.